In this tutorial, I will be explaining how to knit the gills on my axolotl teddy. I have casted on 11 stitches, and you begin by knitting the first stitch, like so. And I would recommend knitting this stitch quite loosely. Then, on the next stitch, you need to cast on 3 stitches by the cable cast on method. So you need to take the right hand needle and put it between the first and second stitch on the left hand needle, and then cast on a stitch like so. Then you need to cast on a second stitch. So once again, place your right hand needle between the first and the second stitch on the left hand needle and cast on. And then you need to cast on the third and final stitch. So once again, take your right hand needle between the first and the second stitch on the left hand needle and cast on like so. Now, once you have casted on the 3 stitches, you now need to cast off these 3 stitches. So, you simply knit the first stitch, like so, knit the second stitch, and then cast this stitch off by taking it over the second stitch like so, and then you need to cast off the next stitch, and finally the third stitch like so. Then you need to knit the next stitch, and once again you now need to cast on 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, I'll try that one again. 3. Can be a little bit tricky as it is quite tight to work with. And then once you've casted on the 3 stitches, you then need to cast these off. So simply knit the first stitch, knit the second stitch, pass the first stitch over the second stitch like so, and then continue to cast off the 3 stitches that you have cast on like so. I have now completed the first row, and as you can see there are 5 little gill filaments on this row, and then you simply need to turn the work and purl this row. And I would recommend pulling the yarn quite tightly on this row to give a good tension like so. The subsequent rows are then just a repeat of the first and second rows. So once again you knit the first stitch like so, then you need to cast on 3 by the cable cast on method, and I must say it does get a little bit easier the further up the work you get, because everything gets a little bit looser so it does become easier to cast these stitches on. So we've casted on 3 stitches, and now we simply need to cast these 3 stitches off to make the little filament, like so. 1, 2, and 3. And then simply knit the next stitch like so. I've now completed row 3, and all you now need to do is repeat rows 1 and 2 4 more times, so you end up with 6 rows of the gill filaments. You will then need to knit 6 gills, and you will need to position and sew them onto the head like so. And I hope you'll agree that they do look quite cute.